So we're continuing with all the signs for the month of October. Welcome to another round of REDSKI's Righteous Readings. I am, of course, REDSKI. G'day and welcome. So, as I was saying, we're continuing with all the signs for the month of October readings. We start with the Tarot and then we'll move into Oracle, special messages from dream cards, romance, angels, as well as I have the ruins dug out, ready to go as well. So there'll be a ruin pulled at the end. So stay tuned for all of that. It'll be an extremely lengthy reading, but it is a monthly. So hopefully we will hit a few marks at least. So the next sign to be done, without further ado, is Cancer. So rising moon and sun signs of Cancer. Grab game. This will be your October 2020 reading. So Cancer, I hope you have all been extremely well as we move now into October. Who would have thought that it's gone so fast? Also, in light of Halloween, I've got the candy out. So, Cancer, feel free to have a balls ball. I thought that was a little bit funny and a bit of a pun in Taurus's directions. I thought they would enjoy that. So, Cancer, your first card to drop is the Moon reversed, sign of Pisces. So, the Moon reversed is really talking about a mirror deception recognized before damage is done, trifling mistakes, overcoming bad temptation, gaining without paying the price, or taking advantage of someone. So I'm seeing here, this could be happening to you or you could be doing this to someone else. I'm kind of feeling as if this is actually happening to you. So you are being taken advantage of, or the other person is sort of gaining without paying the price over you. And it's a minor deception recognized, hopefully, before this damage is done and is too permanent. I'm seeing that you're taking in a person and they're going to try to trifle. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So this is talking about one of two things. Either being dejected and overrun, the individuals in the background who are being dejected and have been overrun, or you could be the individual holding the sword. So you could be the dejector, so the one in control dejecting everyone. But the Five of Swords is very much talking about conquest or defeat, destruction of others, degradation, adversity may arise, revocation, infamy, and or dishonor. So it's very much a cutthroat type energy. So I'm seeing here that there's going to be a bit of a issue, which is going to arise in you and another energy coming to heads. Very much coming to battle. Very much going to move forward in a war type, you know, two different energies with different opinions very much coming to clash. Now, I want to see what this will result in, and the next card I'm hoping is going to tell me. Will you be the victor or will you be the dejected? Because it will be one of two that will happen. Which one? This card doesn't say, and that's why I'm waiting for the divine to let us know. What will it be for you? Will you be the victor or will you be the defeated? Will you be infamous here? Or will you be ultimately the one that's shunned and turned away? Because the Five of Swords does give it condensation to both sides of the coin. It doesn't give condensation to one. So it's very, very much either. But it doesn't say of which. So I'm hoping our next card will, in fact, shed light on that. Please, divine. Okay. So the Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Because this is now explaining to me that an imposter revealed. Illness is also possible. Powerlessness in the face of a stronger force and a lack of preparation. So you may be the dejected here. So when you go into this battle, you will have lack of preparation and you will be powerless in the face of this individual. They will overrun you and you will be suppressed. So you will be the dejected in that image. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. So again, this is talking about, the Eight of Pentacles is all about skill. And when it's reversed, it is talking about a lack of ambition, some vanity and conceit, disillusionment, usury, hypocrisy, flattery, intrigue. So I'm seeing here that you've really come to a lack of ambition. You've been doing something for a very long time, quite skilled at it, something with your hands, crafting kind of energy. So some sort of art or, some sort of skill that's hand needed. And it's something that you've probably always done or you've always had in the background, but there is a lack of ambition now for it. Six of Wands reversed. So the Six of Wands would normally be talking about approval from the crowd. When it's reversed, it's really talking about a lack thereof. So Six of Wands reversed is all about disloyalty, fear, apprehension. There's a real sense of hesitancy and causing loss. So not being on the forefront, really double questioning everything, really feeling as if you aren't sure. So we're looking at a time of real indefinite delay, fear, apprehension. There can be disloyalty, superficial benefit, and inclusive gain. So really talking about a time of fear and apprehension. You're really quite concerned. Hangman, upright, and the star. So sign of Aquarius as well as the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is talking all about going within oneself and taking wisdom, taking stock in everything. So really thinking, taking a real time out and really, really going within oneself for spiritual guidance and balance. So life in suspension. This is transition and change. Reversal of the mind and in one's way of life. It's about having apathy. Can be a little bit dullness and abandonment to some idealisms and renunciations through that. The change of one's life forces, the period of respite between significant events, also sacrifice and repentance. So I'm seeing after this battle and the loss of this battle with this individual energy, with the Page of Swords and that Five of Wands, you're going to take a time of reflecting on everything around you and seeing what's most important. Realizing that these people aren't that important and maybe it's just best to not have them in your life anymore and just fuck them off, pretty much. So I'm thinking that because they're really not for your highest good and maybe they're just causing too many dramas, causing too much unwantedness, too much, real drama and real pressure, and it's just too much. The star sign of Aquarius is saying that you're going to come through this and you're going to come through this a much better for it, a lot stronger. The star is all about hope, faith, inspiration, bright prospects, the mixing of past and present, optimism and insight. It's a good omen and it has a lot of spiritual love attached to it. It also has an astrological influence because of the stars' placements. It has fulfillment, pleasure, and the proper balance of desire of work, hope, effort, love, and expression. So it's having beautiful balance as well as having wish fulfillment. So it really is a lovely card of hopes and togetherness, bringing everything together through influence. So the star is a wonderful omen. It really is atoning to the fact that you are going to go through some really tough tributes, really tough times that are really going to push you to the breaking point. It may actually really, it's going to be quite a strain on body, mind and spirit. But that's what's going to invoke the Hanged Man, which is going to make you go within yourself and sort of say, wow, that was hard. Now, do I really want to keep living a life of that kind of shit repeating? Or do I want to sort of not do that anymore? And with that mindset is going to bring the change of the star. And that is your hope, faith renewed. That is having the proper balance, as I said, of desire, of work, hope, effort, love, expression. It's a really good omen. It's all about spiritually re-loving oneself again through being centered and being content. So that's a really, really good sign considering you're going to go through a lot before you get to that point. So by now we're sort of in the mid-October sort of area now. You've gone through the beginning, which is going to be extremely tumultuous with that Five of Wands as well as that Page of Swords, which will then lead into Eight of Pentacles, which is sort of then coming through that. Now, where did you all go? Alright. So then we had Four of Cups. King of Wands. Four reversed. Nine of Pentacles at the end. And the Chariot reversed. Okay, so that's a whole bunch. So, Four of Cups upright is about having choices, not knowing what to pick. Having options, but not sure which one is actually the best. So after you come to this realization, you will be presented with options. Quite a few of them, in fact. In fact, that might be a bit overwhelming, the amount that you are actually gifted. So you're going to have some wariness here and a bit of bitterness towards this experience. And you're going to go through a stationary period while you consider your options, which I think is wise, because having lots of options can lead to picking wrong options. So just taking a little bit of time, even if it's a day or two, just to reflect and ponder on what each of them options would actually lead you down the track may stop you from making a mistake at this current point. So then we move into King of Wands. So this is a very strong individual, a very, very strong energy. And he is really standing tall and proud. Well, he's sitting tall and proud on his throne, but he's an honest and very conscientious person who's very mature, wise and devoted, extremely friendly and sympathetic, and he's a very educated person. He's a very generous and has like a very fatherly or parental kind of energy about them, but they are very much a very warm, loving energy, and this individual is generally married, usually attached with someone. So that then moves into the Fool reversed. So the Fool is trying to remind you to not to become indecisive, to have negligence or hesitation, and not to make bad decisions. So that Four of Cups, I think, is a reflection of that Fool reverse, reminding you to think first before acting. You know what I mean? Just take a day or two. It won't hurt to just ponder before acting, because, you know, to act too hastily could literally put you in a bit of a bad position. So we'll just pop them over there so we can have a look at these two. So leading into the end of October now, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Chariot reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles is talking about material and family and, you know, monetary fulfillment. So being extremely content and satisfied with all the monetary and having that all blended through quite lovely. I'm not liking that shine, so let's fix that. So it's really about that material, homely success here. You're really feeling as if, you know, you don't want for much more at this point. You've come to terms with the way everything is, and that's good enough for you. This is accomplishment. This is foresight, prudence, material well-being, and the love of nature. So I'm seeing you're really going to get back to roots here, Cancer, at the end of October. And you're really going to find roots back in nature and in the simple things in life. You're really going to enjoy that. Now, the Chariot reversed. Now, Major Arcana as well. And this, of course, is the card for Cancer. So very appropriate. It should come out at the end of your reading. So when we talk about the Chariot reverse, we really are talking about, so the Chariot reverse, failure, to lose at the last minute something otherwise in your grasp, sudden collapse of plans, overwhelmness, and failure to face reality. So Cancer, this is telling you, Nine of Pentacles, you're feeling very content, you're feeling very whole, you're feeling like you've got that fulfillment and everything going on there. The Chariot reverse is trying to remind you that you must not fail to face reality as October moves into the November energy, because to lose at the last minute something otherwise in your grasp could happen moving out of October. I'm seeing into the November period. So yes, Cancer, we must be very careful to not have failure here. You've worked very hard in October. I'm seeing you come in with some really bad shit energy around you, got some wars to fight, you know, come through that, really take solace within oneself. Hangman, you know, the star's going to come through, you're going to see that fulfillment Four of Cups, you're going to have to take some time to really think about your options. Moving in from that, as I said, the Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot reversed, and Ace of Swords reversed. Again, reminder of really, really be careful. And don't go into a debacle or a disaster tyranny type energy of self-destruction and violent temper. This will lead to severe embarrassment and lead to obstacles moving forward. So don't do that. You know, when you get frustrated, don't like lose your shit and, you know, cast it out onto everything, because it will just set you back 10 steps. You know, you don't want to be 1 step forward, 10 steps back, because you're going to have to fight for every biscuit you get as it is in October. You've got a lot of will. You're going to need to muster just the physical and mental and emotional strength I'm seeing here. This is a big one for Cancer in October. I should have double checked planetary placements for Cancer during that period of October, because I'm feeling like there is really some sort of a shift here going on for you. There is a really big changes in the setup of the way you're doing things and the way you accept things. So Cancer, very, very big month for you, October. So you're coming in with some real wars and enemies sort of strapped around you. You're going to have to take inward time to find the star energy of hope, to then find contentment, to then remind yourself not to go all tyrannistic and bad shit, and to put obstacles and to put more things in your... And the last card to fall just now is the Nine of Wands. So this is really, really reminding you again, obstacles, adversity, problems, delays, disasters, barriers to overcome. But I'm seeing that you will overcome them. It's going to be, you know, you're going to have to fight for every crumb, and nothing's going to be gifted to you, and you're going to have to even probably fight more than what you probably should to get anywhere. But it will be worth it in the end, and you'll leave October a lot better than what you did enter it. And as you move into November, I'm feeling like there will be a shift. As I said, I can't speak for November because this isn't a November reading, but I'm seeing that there will be a change. It's just these cards are not to predict that, it's to predict October. And October is going to be a bit of month of sufferance, I'm afraid, Cancer. It's going to be trials, tribulations, toiling, really, really working the groundwork of the foundation to build up from it. This isn't the glory time, this is the building time. This is the mustering of the strength of the troops to actually build a foundation. So, yeah, it's a hard one. It's not going to be an easy one, but it will be beneficial to you. Okay, so that's the tarot side of it done. We're going to move into all the oracle side of it now. So give me a moment to get set up and we will do that for you, Cancer. Okay, Cancer, so we'll get your dream card. So this is the message to hold in your back pocket for the month of October. This will be your inspirational guidance and words of wisdom to remind you, even during the light and or darker times of October, to get you by, to remember this. This is sort of the pearls of wisdom. Whoa. And that was very prominent. Pleasurable. I engage in life with sensuality and passion. Oh, very nice card. And I do believe I have not seen that one before. So pleasurable. So Cancer, your message for October month is to remember to be pleasurable. I engage in life with sensuality and passion. Maybe that's what you need to remember, to have passion throughout October, especially during all of these adversity times and things that you're going to go through transgressional. So very important, I think. All right, let's see in love factors what they have to say. So romance card, and we will see what's coming in for Cancer, what message that might also help you. Because you're going to, as I said, go through some real trials, Cancer, through this month. This is not, as I said, this is building the foundation. This isn't reaping the rewards. Passion, again. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So it's really reminding you, passion, pleasurable. It's really trying to remind you that during the dark times to look for the light. And I think it's going to be minimal through October for you. And you really are going to have to remind yourselves of these quotes and, little pickups to really lift your energy and really bring you to a place of wanting to get up that next day, to battle that next front, to deal with that next issue or whatever, because it is starting to get a little bit tiring for you, I'm seeing. But I'm seeing you will get up it, you know, you're not going to give up on it. You're definitely going to go another round. It's just be the victor, not the dejected, you know what I mean? You really got to get yourself up in that energy. Have faith, you know. Don't give up until the fat lady sings, so they say. Okay, angel message for Cancer for the month of October. Okay, so you had number 11, Angel of Clarisentency. So Angel of Clarisentency, number 11. And as we all know, 11 is a very strong angel number. Okay, so Angel of Clarisentency. You have received this card because your Angel of Clarisentency wants to assist you in reconnecting and understanding your gift of Clarisentency. You may receive messages via your gift of Clarisentency on a daily basis. However, you don't always understand or utilize the guidance to full potential. Your Angel of Clarisentency is here to help you reawaken your built-in spiritual GPS system. This message you receive will come in the form of gut feeling, inner knowing, physical sensation, and empathy for others. How many times when you have met someone has a little warning gone off in your stomach telling you that you can't trust that person? You ignore the feeling only to discover later that this initial warning was in fact correct. Have you ever been offered a new job and your inner GPS system told you that this was not for you, even though the money is great and it seems to be your dream job? Once again, you decide to ignore this feeling and discover that the work was highly stressful and not at all what you were promised it would be. Your Angel of Clarisentency is here to help you trust your wants, you to make your decisions based on how you feel instead of overthinking these situations. Once you welcome her guidance into your life, you will learn how to live within your own spiritual vortex. Remember, if something doesn't feel right, stop and take the time to see how this feeling affects your body. If you have the impulse to be sick when you think about it, this is an indecision impulse to be sick when you think about it, that you should not proceed. On the other hand, if you feel happy, excited, euphoric, then you think of the decision. This is an indication that you should, of course, therefore proceed. Affirmation: I follow and accept the guidance of my Angel of Clarisentency into my life. Together we will rediscover the spiritual flow in my life, allowing me to make decisions by using my gift of Clarisentency. Sorry if you just lost your hearing during that little bit of squealing. Okay, animal spirit for the month of October for Cancer. Let's see what animal spirit guide can assist you. These cards are divinely just brilliant and their messages are second to none. That's why I've been... Okay, Cancer, so we had two come out. Spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. But we also had come out Humpback. Wow, music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So Spider and Humpback. Wow, let's go look at their meanings. So let's start with Spider. The pulse of creativity is essentially strong right now, triggering a non-unfamiliar and compelling desire to express yourself through creative writing. Whether or not the tales you weave are true, whether they're based on actual experience. Okay, Spider, let's start that again. The pulse of creativity is essentially strong right now, triggering a not unfamiliar and compelling desire to express yourself through creative writing. Whether or not the tales you weave are true, whether they're based on actual experience or the imagination of your fertile mind. Each day, sit yourself down and pour out the words that come to you. Don't ponder each sentence or paragraph, just write whatever wants to be written through you. To inspire and enlighten others, you do not need a profoundly complex tale. Start by describing a personal experience, one you've gained some insight that may also be used for others. However, don't focus on how people will respond to your story. Instead, just enjoy the process of writing without judging yourself or your work. Write to express, not to impress. Repeat. Write to express, not to impress. In attempting to write, you may find yourself easily distracted, either with others' needs for your time and attention, like children, or with those negative thoughts and beliefs that are the product of judgments and shame that you were subject to during childhood. A powerful way to release those habitual and self-limiting thoughts and feelings is to write about them in a story form. Thank you. As you do so, don't hold back anything. Through such a characteristic, you'll heal those words that had originally wounded you so badly before. Associations with this card is creativity, wisdom, weaving, balance, storytelling, writing, connectiveness, inspiration, femininity, nurturing, communication, imagination, and individuality. Okay, so I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee and then I'll get into your humpback wow meaning. Okay, humpback wow meaning. In order to diagnose their patients, one of the questions that shamans often ask was when the patient stopped singing. If it had been quite some time, the shaman was certain to recommend singing amongst other remedies as an essential aspect of recovery. All that's involved when you sing, the fullness and rhythm of your breathing, the opening of your mouth and jaw, the soulfulness and creative expression of your spirit, serves to enhance your health and raise your vibrations. Similarly, playing an instrument can touch those inner creative depths that yearn to be expressed through song. Simply listening with your full attention to your favorite tune or melody can also inspire and heal. Make music an essential to your lifestyle as eating and breathing. You can breach the inhibitions about expressing yourself musically that you've acquired over the years in some very simple and easy ways. Sing, chant, or play an instrument. Take a few voice lessons as a means to shore up the confidence. Let that magical child inside help you rediscover the joy of creating music. Dive in and play. Associations is singing, breathwork, sound healing, sensitivity, alchemy, ancestral wisdom, creativity, inner depths, insight, healing, release, and guardianship. Wonderful. Okay, so now let's get your ruin, and this will be the last card of your reading, Cancer. So, what ruin will be for Cancer for October month? Okay. So we have, that looks very lovely. It's like a big F. So let's see what the big F looking thing looks like. Okay, so we have honesty. I do believe one of the other signs actually got this, but I cannot from memory remember which one. I think it may have been Aquarius, but please don't quote me because I'm probably incorrect. It was one of them, I just can't remember. So the sacred hand mirror of truth now lies in front of you. Pick it up in silence and without fear. Look into your present situation. Ask if you are being honest. First with yourself and then with others. To be honest with oneself is where all healing begins. If you are only now learning the simplicity that is born of true honesty, take a moment to remember the very first time you admitted to yourself or to another the depth and truth of your feelings. Be grateful for the relief you felt and the wisdom you gained by laying down the burden you have carried for so long. For some, drawing this ruin is a sign that the days of hiding from yourself and from others are over. If, however, those days are upon you still, meditate on Shakespeare's poignant words. This above all to thine own self be true. Honesty opens locked cupboards in the heart. Being honest is the one way of relieving the pain. If you find that speaking the truth is still difficult, perhaps the very reason you receive this ruin is to remind you to ask God for the courage to try again. Consider, if you will, honesty's position on the circle of ruins. And I'll just show that to you now. If you can see that, I'm hoping you may be able to have a view. But the position of it is between boundaries and serenity. The oracle is saying, lies the frontier of honesty. Once you have reached this place, life is easier, for it takes less effort to be honest than dishonest. When you deal honestly with life, your body and your heart will create boundaries for you. boundaries that support you while you take the steps to change, and step by step, serenity will come an even greater part of your life. Receiving this ruin, you are reminded that there is less of everything, less hope, less trust, less faith, less to live itself without rigorous honesty. The moment has come, this ruin is saying, to make a searching and fearless moral inventory of your feelings, your ways of thinking and your actions, and to remember that when honesty goes, it takes serenity with it. For the seeds of our courage to heal can only grow in honest soil. It has been said that amongst the attributes of well-nourished self are the abilities and the willingness to nourish others. Honesty nourishes the soul even as it fosters healing. As the years go by and the course of our life changes, it is the ability to be honest with ourselves that provides us with the opportunity to teach the next generation that there is both honour and power in speaking the truth. So with that, that is the end of your October reading, Cancer, and I'm going to enjoy that coffee now. So thank you so much for joining us. I really hope that resonates with you. Remember, this is impossible to resonate with every Cancer out there. So take what does, throw back what doesn't, because you don't want any of that extra shit if it doesn't belong to you. Having said that, if you did like the reading, like, share and subscribe. We would love you to join our channel of Soul Tribe. So until then, until we meet again, light and love to all. Be well through October, and remember to be kind to yourself. Most of all, we all have trials and tributes, but just be honest with oneself and just have love for oneself, and you should be all right there, Cancer. So until we meet again, from the Divine and REDSKI, bye y'all.